Why did Pastor Adeboye and Pastor Kumuyi not give out prophecies concerning this election that just passed? We're going to be talking about it in this video. Hi Diamonds, welcome back to the channel. You guys, I saw a tweet yesterday and people were asking that Pastor Adeboye and Pastor Kumuyi did not speak. Their voices were silent during this past elections and before the elections. They just told people to vote their conscience. Why? These people are saying that they should have given a word to silence the other fake prophets that were giving prophecies. It is plenty things people have just been saying. Before we go on, I just want to give a disclaimer. If you're new here, hi, this is not a news channel, my darling. This is Temitope Banks commentary, where Temitope Banks gives her comments on issues that are in the public space. Alright, so if you're looking for news, please go to channels, go to CNN, go to Al Jazeera. This is not a news channel. Alright, so that being said, if you are still here, hey, my diamonds, let me see you in the comment section. Wave your flag, wave your city. Tell me where you're watching this video from. Alright, okay, so let's be serious now. I did a video yesterday about how Nigerians in quotes were scammed by prophecies. If you've not watched that video, please go and watch it. All right, it's a continuation of that thought process. Okay, anyway, Baba Kumuyi and Baba Adeboye, they are men who have lived for a very long time. They are both 81 years old. In fact, I grew up listening to Baba Adeboye mostly. Yeah. Baba Kumuyi, my entire childhood and teenage years were shaped by, had one morning devotion for teenagers. I don't know who used to buy it for me, but the person used to always buy it and give to me, so I used to read it, as well as the Women's Mirror or something like that. I didn't used to miss it because I've always been a wide reader. I read all sorts of things, right? For Pastor Baba Adeboye, I mentioned that we used to go for, even though we're not redeemed members, my parents used to go for the Holy Ghost night every month. We'll travel from Benin to redeem the campground, right? Every month we would always go. When before this permanent structure that is currently in Redeem, it's been years that I've gone there. When Baba, they were raising money to expand the place, I was in all those Holy Ghost nights things. So he has been a big influence. Anyway, that being said, to be honest, I keep saying that people have a right to their predisposition to things. As much as I would love for them to talk about these things, they also have their personal reasons why they may not want to. And you cannot force a person to do what they don't want to do. That's on one hand, right? On the second hand, I know a lot of people are concerned to say, oh, they need to speak, they need to talk, Christians are being marginalized and all of that. And I'm going to go back to, there was a time that I went for a Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship with my grandmother. She was a life member of that fellowship, and in that particular meeting, they had retired generals and a lot of people who had retired at the time. And this same issues of marginalization of Christians, Christians being, what's the word? I cannot remember the English right now. The systemic exterminate, I don't want to use certain words because of it. The systemic way that Christians were getting rid of in the North. And that particular general kept saying that Nigerian Christians need to change our mode of operations when it comes to political issues, because a lot of times a lot of Christian leaders like to play the ostrich. And thinking about it now, that because that's what a lot of people are still saying to today, that these men should be a voice because of the influence that they have on large numbers of people in Nigeria, because Nigeria is a very religious country, even though we are not very good people. So like I said, my personal opinion is that, well, not everybody would be predisposed to be someone who speaks out about things, because another person in that generation was the Archbishop Benson Dausa, who was very vocal about governmental issues, politics and all of that. He was a very vocal person. But that being said, the reason me I want to say from my heart of hearts is that I really don't expect them to fight this fight for us. They've done their own part, right? If not because they are heads of ministries, most people at that age, they've retired. They're cheering their grandchildren, cheering people from the just being elder statesmen, right? So I honestly, to be honest, I really don't expect much from them. I have zero expectations. That's my personal opinion, because I believe that the younger generation, it is our fight. Do you understand? It is our fight. My friends and I that we got married, our children, even me, I didn't have children on time, but our children are going into secondary school. So you can imagine. So how can we, who are no longer teenagers or we are no longer children, be expecting our grandfathers to be fighting our fight for us? It makes sense. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I think. It really doesn't make any sense. As much as it's a good thing to hear them, because a lot of people needed that comfort. A lot of people needed that voice of a father saying, not just hiding behind the shadows. We wanted that, and I feel like that was why a lot of people now started listening to prophecies from, in quotes, unknown people, because people needed to hear that, like that fatherly. But we didn't get that. No, they didn't give us that. Like I said, personally, I don't expect much, because if not because they are heads of ministries, they are supposed to be resting and just because they've built legacies, they've done well for themselves. But with us now thinking that they are going to champion, or this is even like an aside, some people wanting former President Olusegun Obasanjo to be the one. No, they don't have to. They fought their own fights. I remember there was a particular event that I went to. The woman is a doctor. She's one of the ransom Kutsis, but she married somebody. I've forgotten her name. But she said something, and that thing has stuck with me. I must have been 19 or 20 when I went for that event. And she said that Nigerians are always looking for a messiah. You are looking for a Fela, you are looking for a Peter Obi. We're always wanting someone to do the mental work for us. We always like to abdicate our responsibility. That's why we give our religious leaders, our pastors, roles that they are not supposed to play. As much as I want these men to talk about political things, it's really not there. It's not as much as I like. I would have wanted that voice, like that rallying point. We didn't get it, and it's fine. I'm not one of those people that say, oh, I'm not going to serve God again. I deny. I don't denounce my faith. I just know that it's a season for us to begin to step up. That's what I know deep down in myself. There's a season for us to step up. The things that we expect them to do that they cannot do, we are the ones to do it. Do you understand? That's what I think. That's what I personally think. That's just it. Because Babas, they've lived it's my own children now that I have to, the future of my own kids. I have to fight for the future of my kids and myself. Babas, these babas, where they are going to is close. Do you understand? If Jesus tarries, do you understand? Their time is close. Any moment from now, God will say, my good and faithful servant, you've done a great work. Our own journey is still far. Some of us still have 70, 80 years on this plane. These men, let's say many years today, let's say we pray like long life, maybe they still have like 20 years, they'll be 100 at that time, 100 years old, they are 80 something. So you that you still have 80 years ahead of you, or let's say we all pray to God to let's live to 100, you have 90 years ahead of you. You are now waiting for these men that they fought their own battles, they've done their own things to come and fight your war. It's not going to happen. And I don't hold any grudge against them. I really don't hold any grudge against them. So we have to move from that place of learned helplessness to know that your spiritual leaders will always have a particular type of message on their mind, on their mouth, because that's what they are. They are not your civic leaders. They are not your social leaders. Because spiritual people will tell you that, and which is true, regardless of who is president, God is on the throne. That's a fact. But as a citizen of a nation, because I feel like a lot of Christians, there's this dissonance that, oh, because I'm a Christian, I am immune to what is going on. It's not true. God is on the throne. Do I need to use my faith to be able to access medical care? I thank God that I have good health. My family doesn't fall sick. I can't remember the last time we went to the hospital, because I know that I'm working in divine health. But in the case of an emergency, what if the person who works for me doesn't have that level of faith and needs to go to the hospital, but because of bad management, they cannot access medical care? Or somebody has an accident and somebody was telling me of how a friend died. I felt bad, because if we had a proper working system, there are just a lot of unavoidable things that we can prevent. You get? So I don't expect spiritual leaders. There are some spiritual leaders who can, okay, who maybe they are disposed to activism, and I don't want to talk about activism. The call for the betterment of every single Nigerian. Do you understand? Exactly. People are running out of the country. People are traveling. I don't even think most of the people I went to school with, I don't think 70, the remaining of us in this country are up to 30%. Everybody just says this person has gone to Canada. This person, some people even left far back as 10 years ago. Do you understand? How many of us really want to leave? Someone like me that they've begged me, I said, I know they go anywhere. We are here together. I go make her here. That's me. But we that we are here, what do we, why will I be wanting my grandfathers to fight my battle? No, I want my grandfathers to rest. I want them to relax. I want them to enjoy. When they wake up, they beam with happiness in their hearts. It is foolhardy to give them that responsibility. We respect them, we appreciate them, but it's not their time, it's not their era. Their time, they've lived out their own time. It is our time. All right, it is our time. So yeah, I don't want to talk too much, but that's what I think about it. Okay. Yeah, so thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.